We are days away, my friends. We are days away, 3 days away. And I want you to feel the glory and the power and the excitement and the anticipation, and not the anxiety, ladies and gentlemen, but the anticipation. I want you to understand how victory is ours. I know what you're thinking. And they're doing everything in their power to make you feel somehow that everything is, how do I say? They're trying to say everything in their power to make you feel that, well, listen, you tried, but there's an overwhelming push for LeBron James. Harrison Ford is speaking. Oh, imagine that. They actually want you to believe this. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friend, I say to you right now, I want you to be excited about this. Remember one thing, and I want you to think about this. I want you to listen to this because I know what people are doing. You are so afraid. So shocked and frightened over the notion of him losing that you don't know what to do. You can't even imagine it. And you're not reading a lot. You're not paying attention. You're watching the good stuff. You're watching the Fox and RNC, because of the idea of this, the idea of him losing, the idea of her being successful is something that you cannot handle. And listen to what I am saying. You have never heard anyone, no matter what the platform, no matter who the star is, speak of her glowingly, lovingly, in support for what she plans to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? Are you following what I am saying? Now, before we begin, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let me remind you of a couple of things. First and foremost, our dear friends who have been with us forever, Prepare with Lionel, are saying for you right now, before you have the chance to get caught up and waste one more day in preparation for a disaster you know is coming, whether it's because of her or because of the deep state or the police state or the intel state or the shadow government or whoever, irrespective, you are right now looking at the possibility of something that you know to be true, whether it's weather, whether it's supply chain, whatever it is. Now is the time for you. Right now, a brand new month, brand new specials galore from every aspect of preparation. Go to preparewithlionel.com. That's all, my friends. Preparewithlionel.com. Take advantage of this incredible 3-month emergency food kit right now with 6 free bonuses, just as an example of the deals. And also, our dear friends at mypillow.com. Mypillow.com, promo code Lionel. We have been with them since day one. They've been with us since day one. They are the official towel, pillowcase, and mattress provider of them all. So do yourself a favor. Support, but also luxuriate. Preparewithlionel.com and mypillow.com/Lionel. They have been behind us, and we've been behind them. Let me explain something. I can't say this enough. We have more people on our side. Now, let me ask you a question. Who is in the need of love right now? Who is feeling trepidatious? Who is feeling anxious? Who? Who is scared? Who is worried? Who is thinking, I just can't imagine it. I know he's a good man. I know he's the best candidate. But what if something goes wrong? What if something goes wrong? I don't even know if I'm going to be able to take it. I won't know. Understand, this is absolutely 100% a normal reaction. For you to sit back and say, oh, everything is great, means you haven't paid attention. Relax. It's only worth doing something that's significant if there are high stakes, big stakes, huge stakes. It's like if somebody says, what do you want to do? I want to be a brain surgeon. You realize that virtually every surgery you do is going to be life or death. Every single surgery that you do, everything. Yeah, I understand it. You do know that, right? You might be worried. Well, I'm not if I'm going to be worried, but I'm going to be excited. See, I love this. I embrace this. How do you think we are going to win unless we start taking them on bit by bit by bit? They're in the middle of a Hail Mary, my friends. They're throwing everything they can. They're hoping to God somehow you haven't been paying attention. They're hoping somehow that you're not paying attention to Trump. They're hoping somehow that you're not overwhelmed by this excitement. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever in your life, I'm assuming you're an adult, have you ever in your adult life, for anything, a religious movement, a musical movement, an entertainment movement, a political, have you ever seen anything the likes of Donald Trump? Have you? Have you ever seen people so excited and enthralled across the board? Have you ever? Do you want me? And I've got some things here. I'm thinking to myself, I've got some clips in there. Do you want me to put on somebody like Cardi B and say, look at what a de minimis and insignificant individual this person is. Look at what this person, look at, do you see, there is a Cardi B piece that I could play for you that is so vile, I wouldn't do it. Truly, I wouldn't do it. I am not a saint. I'm not Mother Teresa. If something is brutal, I will show it to you, but it is that vile. And this is the individual that Kamala, or actually her staff, that they've actually enlisted. Do you know how many of these stars that they've paid $500,000, $1 million, 100,000? Do you know there was a picture of Monica Lewinsky posting her photo? I voted. And I wanted just to stop and say, I really don't have any harm or feelings of ill will towards Monica Lewinsky. But I thought to myself, are you kidding me? They had to tell, they are putting everything into the people that they are trying to convince you that you should vote for her. LeBron James. We share the same names. I tell people he was named after me. He's a businessman. He's an opportunist. He does whatever he has. He supported Hillary Clinton. Did that mean anything? No. Does that mean anything? No. No. Does an endorsement mean something? No. Elon Musk, is he endorsing Trump? Or is he providing the platform for Trump? Is he doing more than just saying, put my name next to his? No, he's giving you X. He's actually promoting it. He's doing more than just saying, put my name on it. Harrison Ford, in this kind of I'm too cool for school look, put his name on some type of event with that gruff, brusque, and that's it. Now, I mean nothing against him. Joe Rogan put the president and J.D. Vance on his platform. Did he endorse Trump? Absolutely, but it's not called endorsement. Elon Musk says, I'm not just endorsing President Trump, I'm on the team. Do you see the difference? I'm involved in him. I am internally, intellectually entangled in him. I'm not just saying he's okay and I like him. That's not it. There is no one who has made any commitment to what's her name. Anybody who has said, oh, no, I'm there. Has anybody said, I'm going to be in your cabinet? President Trump says Vivek Ramaswamy, Bobby Kennedy Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, go down the list. Elon Musk adds Doge, Director of Government Efficiency, whatever, the Doge. They're actively involved. They're saying, I'm a part of this. I'm in the team. I'm not just standing there. Johnny Maz, the Spaz, says, what the hell happened to Arnold S? Dirt on him? You know what? We could probably guess about that. I don't know, John. Let me ask you something. Anybody here lose any sleep over it? No. And we can go through this. And I put some clips up and I thought, there's a very interesting case I want to show you. Oh, maybe not. His name is John Fetterman. John Fetterman was the Lurch-like, Shrek-like senator from Pennsylvania who beat Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz was an Oprah acolyte. And what do you think he was going to do, Dr. Oz? I think he's Turkish or whatever, I'm not sure. Regarding Israel, what do you think he was going to do? What, pray tell? What do you think? I don't know. Dr. Oz lost to a man who suffered from a tragic double-barreled stroke, who now appeared on Joe Rogan. I was going to play for it, and then I'm thinking, why? Why do I want to play anything for it? I don't know. Sometimes I'm interested in that. Then I'm thinking, I'd rather tell you. And the first thing you notice about him, the effects of the stroke, the aphasia, the inability to articulate, the garbled, mumbled, muffled, discombobulated speech patterns seem to have gone, and I'm glad. And he speaks this absolute truth. He has said more things that make sense to me, that defy the Democratic position than anything else. Why do I say this is important? Because he is marking the new beginning, the new transformation, the new transmogrification. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to what I'm saying. It is happening. It is happening. I can't say this any other way than what I've said. Jeff Bezos, the other day basically said, the hell with you, to the official Democratic newspaper by saying, I am not going to endorse people, but mainly I'm not going to endorse her. Linda Haslett says, my vote early gets a lot of play. My Chinese cashier just asked me if I was going to vote, covered her mouth and whispered Trump and smiled. Linda, thank you for that. Linda, they are everywhere. Linda, they are everywhere. Everywhere. People you can't imagine. Everywhere. There is this wonderful sense of people, these wonderful people, and I love them so much. I got to tell you something. Who is my new favorite person of them all? This is so terrific. I want to show this to you. This is so terrific. Hang on a minute. Just a minute. Just talk amongst yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. No, what did you tell me? Kamala is on Saturday Night Live tonight. There is a woman, and she's what her name is Lily for Liberty. Lily Tang Williams, Republican nominee for Congress, survivor of Mao's Cultural Revolution, live free or die, entrepreneur and professional speaker, wife and mother. I will play this for you. I will play this one for you. You ready for this? This is this woman who is the embodiment of the American spirit. She speaks with an accent. She is Chinese and shows more of an appreciation for American values than anything else. Watch her now in this debate.
An hour to talk about what could be done to lower costs. There is no silver bullet here.
Here you are again, Maggie. It's caused by federal government. You are part of a Biden administration who causes high inflation. You don't have solutions. You're just repeating DNC talking points. It's a federal government printing money.
Well, respectfully, look, I think this is an area where my opponent and I have very different views of what should be done to make life less hard for hardworking people in the state.
Listen to
Donald
this.
Trump decided to advance a tax policy that was really dedicated to giving a big break to the wealthiest in this country and to the biggest corporations.
Listen.
You are wealthy. You are worth $20 million to $30 million. How do you know about regular people suffering? Do you go shopping, go to Walmart, buy food? I talk to those people. And you pretend to be renter in Nashua a few months ago, move back to run for this open seat with millions of dollars from Washington, D.C. insiders. You do not understand regular people's concern.
Her name is Lily Tang Williams. Lily for Liberty, the number 4. Lily for Liberty. I love her. I love her. Do you understand this? This melts my heart. This has nothing to do. She is not an illegal immigrant. Do you think anybody, and by the way, just because she's Republican doesn't mean that I appreciate her because of that. This is what America is about. Mrs. L and I today had a wonderful time. We had a meeting with some folks, business meeting in Princeton. Went to Princeton University. And right around there, we had some lunch, and there was an Indian restaurant. One of a chain of 5, absolutely packed. 100% Indian Asian. Maybe us, authentic, packed. One of 5 locations. It's a chain. You walk in, put your name in this thing with your text number. They call you next. Get ready. It is a machine. And I thought to myself, this is the American dream. Welcome. Bring your culture, the smell of it. Indian restaurants, just like nothing like it. This is what we're about. We love immigrants. We love immigrants. Tell me the name of the culture that you would miss the most. And it's most probably, let's face it, food is really probably the most it's the first introduction that we have for a people because we investigate. That's why food blogs and vlogs are so terrific. What would be the culture? Can you imagine if we didn't have Italian, Chinese food, Thai, Japanese? Just go down the list. You want to see something? Here in Hell's Kitchen, I was watching this great Anthony Bourdain. They talk about manganeros and these places that are gone, and just all these little great little places, and these Esposito's pork store and all that. That's still there. But on 9th Avenue, from 57th Street to 34th, which is really Hell's Kitchen, if you think about it, I swear to God, you cannot believe the proliferation of food. Drew's, Peruvian, Chilean. Go down the street, we have Little Brazil. Go down the street over here, Little Korea. We'll go to Brooklyn to Little Odessa. You want Ukrainian and Russian. Go to Astoria for Greece. I don't know where anybody has ever, and that's just here. The idea that somebody says we hate, or President Trump hates, or we hate foreign people, you're out of your mind. Pilgrimina said, did you watch the Manafort Tucker interview? I did not, sir. I did not. I am sorry to say I did not. I take it was good. I hope it was good. I hope it was very good. I hope it was an important move. I did not see this. I think that is important. That is sad. This is a little bit. I'm changing in my mind. I want you to listen to this because the rules are different. Listen to Fetterman and listen to how he is completely, if you ask me, recovered from his stroke.
Democrats saying, hey, though, we need a secure border. It's a significant issue. And if I thought there was any kinds of issues, and I've been very vigilant throughout, I've been actively involved in those kinds of things, and I've never witnessed those kinds of a thing.
But what do you mean by issues? Like what kind of issues you're talking about? You talking about people letting people in order to get votes?
Well, it's not. There's not that level kinds. I don't think there's that level kinds of organization.
But there is an organization.
Do you hear what he said? He has to say that. And what you're seeing right now is a man who knows what he's talking about. And in this case, this man,
these are the kind of guys you like to smack in the ass.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. Let me also show you something. There's a woman named Cardi B. I'm not going to go into detail. I'm not going to tell you what she is. I'm not going to talk about her lifestyle, her music, her message, and what she tells little girls and young girls in particular. But let me tell you something to show you how these people don't know anything. They are paid hundreds of thousands, if not more. I would say some people might get $1 million. They're throwing money at these people left and right. When you saw all those Avengers, Robert Downey Jr. and Scarlett Johansson, do you think these people are doing this for free? You know, one of the biggest myths you have is the idea of how much money they have in Hollywood. You do know that, right? The idea that they're just loaded. Really? Do you know how overextended they are? The monies they have to put out every single day for their properties and their staff. And not only that, agents. Oh my God. Just when you're left over, it's so funny when all is said and done, you'd be surprised how much money you really don't have left. No, I'm not saying they're penury. But just like in the case of Diddy who owns nothing, he is so leveraged, so mortgaged, refinance, second, third mortgages on properties, attorney's fees, liens. Eric Clapton is, how old is Eric's like 75 or something like that. Erica, I really like him a lot. He's one of us, by the way. Did you know that? Eric Clapton is one of us. He's 79 years old. Do you know why he's touring? You know why he's still touring? Because he doesn't make money on the albums. You got to tour to make money. You don't make money on the I Shot the Sheriff. How long it doesn't know? So what I'm trying to say is these people are in the position where they do stuff just to make money. So Cardi B, who is just spend some time, do me a favor, go on X or Twitter. I can't post what she said. Listen to her own words and understand this is the people that they're trying to put to support her. Well, her prompter went down. For a minute and a half, she stood there. Do you think if somebody said, could you get up and say something about Kamala Harris? Who? Kamala Harris. If somebody said to me, would you do me a favor? Yes. There's a guy named Ed Yablonsky. He's a Democrat, whatever. Would you go up and speak for him? Yeah. I don't know who Ed Yablonsky is. That's okay. I can get up there and you get up there and say, Ed Yablonsky specifies and typifies the direction this country needs to go. Ed Yablonsky stands for and that's it. You can talk for a minute, 2.5. You can talk because you just don't know what to say. America needs you. I don't know who this guy is. I just made it up because you and I are intelligent people. We're somewhat versed with reality, and we're not brain dead, drug-addled thieves. This is Cardi B when her prompter broke down.
1 second, guys. 1 second.
They had to give her a phone so she could read it. Look at this. She's waiting for her phone. No idea.
Okay. So I don't take lightly the call. Sorry, guys. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous, guys. I've been waiting for this moment this whole life. My whole life.
What is this accent? Look at this. She's been waiting her whole life.
I need patience over here.
She needs patience.
Patience, where are you, girl?
Yeah. Bring the phone.
I need patience over here.
Look at this moron. Look at this. She needs her assistant to bring the phone so she can.
Hold on. How you guys doing tonight?
You would try that again. She's looking around. I don't know what to say. I'm a creep.
How you guys doing tonight?
Are
we ready to make history?
As soon as I can read this.
Are we ready to make history?
I'm stretching it. Okay.
Are we ready to change these 4 years? No. Are we ready to change the next 8 years? Because we're going to make sure we have Kamala Harris in office for 8 years.
You see this? There we go. Here's your phone.
Thank you.
Now she's reading it. Can you believe this? Are we ready to change the 4 years?
No. Are we ready to change the next? Are we ready to make history?
Wait, here we go. Just look at that.
Are we ready to change these 4 years? No.
Yeah, even she realizes it. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think this matters? Do you think this matters? Do you? Do you think so? Do you think that Kamala on SNL is going to do anything? Do you believe that this is going to outweigh, dilute, vanquish, erase, eliminate the power and the momentum that has been directed towards President Trump? Does this surprise you? Do you think that Cardi B votes? How much do you think she can vote? And I'll leave it at that. Do you think that the majority of the people who say that they either like her or want to make history, do you think they are going to physically vote for her? Do you think that people who object to the necessity of carrying an ID card are going to find the intellectual and the spiritual wherewithal to find themselves voting? Let me say this again to you. Do you find people who are going to have to find their way to the polls or get an absentee or a write-in ballot, wait in line, have something, and I guess what the it's interesting. The identification. Mrs. L and I went to our uh, precinct here in New York, and they asked us for the first 3 letters of our last name and the first 3 letters of our first name, and then our full address, and we sign something, and that's it. Now, that's one. That's one. So if I turned around and came back and said, I have a list, let's say I have 1,000 people. I just go in next. MICLOB, first name DON, 522, yes. Thank you. Boom. Turn around, put on a hat. Maybe not. Go around, check that one off. Come back. LOB, QRZ. I got the address right. Turn it around. Now that means those are people already ostensibly already registered to vote. Now, that took some time. Do you think the people who attend a Cardi B concert or a Kamala concert have the wherewithal to do that just once? I'm sure there are some. Do you feel they are motivated and enlivened by the move, the necessity? Do you see this? Have you seen the crowds? Do you think that any of this, honestly, truly, seriously, means anything, dear friend? Do you believe, honestly, that there are people, seriously, that there are people out there who say, I feel the excitement regarding this woman, and I'm going to be a part of this? You don't understand. I want to be a part of this. I want to be. No, I'm sorry to tell you that, but it's not there. It's simply not there. When you saw the hundreds of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands, let me just say, Nelson A says these people for Kamala are pinheads. Idiots. Lord help us. Pilgrim says, I did not see the Manafort. Barbara said, hi, anyway, to Jamie Raskin's post-election plans to oust Trump if elected. No. He said this, and he's getting a lot of feedback from it, but no. Do you, I would hope one of the things that I would do, which I don't know whether we can do this, but I wish we had a better response team. I wish that, for example, maybe Elon or some of these folks could get together and do things such as saying, this is Jamie Raskin. Jamie Raskin is saying such and such. Let people know. I don't know. But listen, I want you to do me a favor. We've been through this in 2016. Every poll, every single poll, every poll said that Hillary was going to destroy him. Here we have it. It's tight. It's neck and neck. It's a toss-up stay. We don't know what to do. This is a different story. Do you recognize what I am telling you? Do you recognize what I am telling you? If you want to spend your time worrying about every story about ballots or this or Raskinson, this or whatever, I don't know. You're missing the excitement of this. You're going to miss the momentum. Can you think of any other time when you've seen this? If I told you in New York City, as blue as you can get, and they had hundreds of thousands of people waiting outside, going online, getting a ticket to show up, and then maybe getting in because they love this man. They see a vision. They actually say, make America great again. I do like, and I got to say, the James Woods motto or shibboleth or aphorism or trademark, I like it better. It's like, make America America again. We were driving about the Princeton area today. I guess it was a big game or something at the campus, and we're just tooling about. And lo and behold, we're looking at the some, lawns, and they said that they have this very sad Harris walls. Not even a color, not even an arrow, a logo, a direction for America. Nothing. And there's Trump. Red, white, blue, MAGA, make America great again. Just this. And then you have the Harris. And what is their motivation? They're the anti-Trump. They don't believe in Trump. Anybody but Trump. You're not going to win like that. Anybody but. Don't ever think you're going to construct and maintain a nationwide campaign by saying, I'm not that guy. She has never been able to, nor have the Democrats been able to construct an idea of something. Nobody's buying this. Nobody. Go to anyone. Pull them over. Go to anybody in that crowd. Anybody. Say, hi, this is Elon Musk. Here's $10,000. Tell me what Trump has ever said, intimated, suggested, wished for, or thought openly that indicated to you or anyone else that he, listen to me carefully, that he wanted in some way to abrogate, to destroy, to remove, to invalidate a woman's right to choose. $10,000. Tell me, what has he said? What has he said? Please think back. Anything about IVF? Anything about adoptions? Please, just let you know. Has he ever? This is 10. Elon, here's 50,000. We just quintupled it. $50,000. Did you ever hear him say, when I'm in, I'm going to sign a federal law banning abortion? Did you ever hear that? No. Please. 50,000. Okay, here's the best one. Elon, good. $100,000. $100,000 is yours if you can do two things. Number one. Okay, I'll make it easy. One or two. Number one. When did President Trump say that he was going to be a part or ratify or endorse Project 2025 and or what is Project 2025? $100,000 is yours. In fact, give me a microphone. Hi, hello. Sorry, Cardi B. My name is Marcus Absent. Thank you very much. And I'm here with Elon Musk. We have $1 million. $1 million. And all you have to do is do one of the things. One of the following. When did you ever hear President Trump say that he was going to order or was in favor of a federal mandate, a federal abrogation, a federal abnegation, a federal prohibition or proscription against abortion? Tell me, did you ever hear anybody say that the Dobbs Act prohibits abortion or makes abortion illegal in America? Here's $1 million. Now, this is important because you've been saying this. Please tell me roughly. Just, you don't have to name the place or It was a Tuesday on Fox News. He was talking to Larry Kudlow. No, you have to do that. Tell me when. $1 million. Tell me. Project 2025. When does he endorse this? What is it? And can you tell me one particular, is there any portion about it that you believe? No. Anything. Is there anything about this? She repeatedly says Project 2025 is something that I don't know, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to understand this. Believe me when I tell you this. If President Trump's granddaughter, Kaya, were to become pregnant, and if she elected, or her parents elected for her to terminate that child, I promise you, she would not be spirited off to some monastery and forced to have that child. I'm not trying to laugh. Nobody in this country is for making abortion illegal. Let me say this again to you. This is important to understand. Nobody wants, if you want to, that means that women who have an abortion must go to prison, must be charged with murder or something like that. Nobody is for this. Maybe you've not understood it. Let me try this again. Kamala, when did you ever hear this? The Dobbs case rules that there is no constitutional right to abortion. There is no constitutional right to marriage. The Constitution doesn't mention marriage. It doesn't mention voting. It doesn't mention the number of Supreme Court justices. It never mentions the Air Force. It never mentions, oh my God, that's what legislation is. Do you know, Kamala, that the Constitution specifically provides for the death penalty so long as it is accompanied by due process, notice, and the opportunity to be heard? Notice and a trial or a hearing. Yet, it's illegal in virtually every state. Individual states have said, we don't care what it is. We say no to the death penalty. There is not one state that's going to say no to abortion. That is what your, and listen to me carefully, that is what your legislation is about. And your legislators. There is no such thing. So tell me where in the Constitution. And we have to teach people this. If you're going to bring up my subject, then I'm going to be able to talk to you about it. Tell me where it says this. Tell me. It doesn't exist. Women's bodies. This is a phrase which is women's bodies. The question I have for you is simply this. What do you call that thing that is in a woman's body? What do you call it? Used to be called an embryo, a fetus, a blastocyst. What do you want to call it? What do you call it? Do you believe there's anything to this? Do you believe this? That's all. Last year in the United States, there were, I don't know how many millions, IVF, I'm glad we brought that up, IVF centers and the like. Tampon Tim, you and your wife claim to have used IVF, in vitro fertilization, or as Curtis Leba calls it, veto infertilization. He's from the South Bronx, veto. And you meant intrauterine insemination, aka the turkey baster. However, now let me ask you, Tim, IVF. What was fertilized? In vitro fertilization. Was it the mother? Was the mother fertilized? No. Was it the mother's body that was fertilized? No. Well, what was it? You say fertilization of what? What is that? It's called a what? Tell me what it was called. You have your two beautiful daughters, your children, my son and daughter, I believe. And when before they were born, what did you call them? Your mother's body, your wife's body. What did you? I'm serious. We have to once and for all say, just do me a favor, just for my own personal. What do you call this? You're very specific about a man. Hi, my names are my pronouns are they. I am a cis boomba, transgender, trans cryptogender, hyphenated, two-spirited, asexual, diaphanous. Okay, fine. You love specifics and you love the particular names the people are, and that's wonderful. And we thank you for that and we respect that. What do you call that thing that was fertilized, that was implanted in your wife, and you gave birth to a body? Clapton played a guitar with a Palestinian flag. He's very serious about that. He's very, very serious about that. And that's something which is another story, which I don't think, Pilgrim, a lot of folks really, really. When are we going to step forward and say, listen, I am pro-choice, meaning I do not believe that there should be a prohibition against abortion, despite the fact that I hate it. I do not think that women should go to prison or be arrested, nor should their doctors or their nurse. This is a very simple thing. I've been consistent my whole life. We can't live in a system where, I'm sorry, we don't have an abortion. What? Life of the mother, sexual, doesn't matter. We just don't have it. Sorry. No excuses. It can't do it. That's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. It can't happen. No legislature would ever happen. You want to lose an election? Vote for that. What? I would love to make somebody say, you're not going to get up until you answer my question. When did the president say that? He never said that. So why do you say that? Kamala, over here, look at me. Why do you say that? Who told you to say that? Who induced you? Who suggested? Who made you say that? Did somebody tell you this is a good idea? Did somebody tell you this makes sense? Who told you to say this? Who? How does this work? What was the purpose behind this? What did you think would happen when you said this? I don't understand it. I don't grasp it. I don't understand kind of where this is going. Now, I know I'm making too much over this, but it drives me crazy. Project 2025, I don't even know where that comes from. I don't even know. How is it? So here's the best thing. Now that we've eliminated two things that you said Trump would do that he's not, what are you going to do? Tell me what you are going to do. Kamala, let me ask you a question. You receive a call, a very frantic call from Bibi Netanyahu, and says, we have the chance to completely wipe out Hamas. What that really means is we're going to wipe out Gaza totally. There will be no Gaza left. Gone. You mean you're going to remove it? Well, don't look at it like that. We're going to go after Hamas and the tunnels and the infrastructure. Wait. You're going to make you're going to make this uninhabitable, basically. Well, I mean, maybe it'll be hard, but so where do all the Gazans go? I don't know. Are they going to survive these attacks you want? Oh yeah, that reminds me. We need more weapons. We need more bombs. I mean, we're great with the Air Force. Our weapons are, missiles are so, but we're great with the weapons. But we need the bombs. J&Ms and precision. We need a 2,000 pound. So we can just completely take out Hamas. That means Gaza is gone. And every man, woman, child, dog, molecule, don't call it ethnic cleansing, don't complete, and don't use the G word. Don't say that. So will you help us? Will you help us? Now, there's no way that Trump is going to ever ask that question, because he most probably, I don't know, but he may be inclined to do that himself. But I've always said, force her to answer that question. Force her to say it. Force her to say, tell all the Muslims of Michigan, oh, that's what I'm going to do. And then Trump can say, listen, if you want to get a kind of and I don't use the word APAC, but if you want a APAC approved candidate, don't go for her. Go for me. I'm 100%. She's half baked. Make her say that. She has avoided this. Turn all of this. You want to talk about an endorsement? Michigan, the Democrats, the Amy Goodman crowd, all of those people who protested. All of the people who protested. This is how corrupt the Republicans are. This is their winning point. This is their winning point. And they won't bring it up. You don't understand it. They won't bring it up. This is the issue. This is the issue. Very simply put, you pick up a phone. Ronald Reagan, by the way, Rudy Giuliani was nuts during that MSG thing. Ronald Reagan told Menachem Begin, he said, that's enough. Remember Lebanon? That's enough. Stop it. He wasn't into this. No. They make things up and you just kind of believe the story. This is where I don't understand it. Answer your question. I told you from the beginning that what Trump should have done, and he never did it, was he should have interrupted her during the debates, that one they had, and said, don't get upset over interruption, because if you've ever met with Xi Jinping or Erdogan or Putin, they interrupt all the time. There are no rules there. You don't have rules. Let me ask you a question. It's a very simple question. Do you believe, and just ask the question, do you believe this is the G word? And make her answer the question. Why do I say that? Here is the party. It forms a cleave. And by the by, I'm not giving you, this has nothing to do with my personal opinion or yours one way or the other. Force her hand. Why won't she do it? What I wish people would do, believe it or not, the big money folks, these big money people, they would put money, I would put money in the squad. I would put into a pro Bernie. I would create this very powerful anti-Pelosi faction and anti-Newsom faction within the Democratic Party. I would fund Cornel West, Jill Stein, Rashida Tlaib, Ayanna Pressley, people that you don't like, but people who are pro-Hillary people, and AOC. They hate Nancy Pelosi. They don't get along. Nancy Pelosi strong-armed them. And if the issue is Israel, fine, use that. I want to win this. Do you want to win this or not? Let me say this again, because when I tell people this, they don't understand it. They think I want to debate about Israel. I don't care about that. I'm an American. I say that with all due respect. I don't care about Israel and I don't care about Ukraine. I want there to be peace, but you know what? That's not my fight. It's none of my business. And I want to keep the money here. Okay? Here. For our roads and our infrastructure and our police and our healthcare system and our money. I want it here. You got a problem with that? Does that make me anti-Ukrainian, pro-Putin, or anti-Semitic? I don't care. But what I'm trying to do is to push and to dissolve and to shatter the Democratic Party. And so much time has been lost because we're worrying about things like, listen, I understand I'm not garbage. Okay, that's great. How long are you going to keep doing that? It's a great deal. No way, I'm garbage. Okay, fine, thank you. Let's don't push it. No, you say I'm garbage. No. That's no. Biden's okay, fine. Okay. I'm a smart woman. Okay, thank you. There's a Mark Cuban thing. No way, and then there was I'm a smart woman who's garbage. And they kind of combine the two. You notice that one? They combine the two. This is great stuff, but we have, oh my God, existential threats that we can focus like a direct energy weapon against these people. But we don't have that. We're always good. Let me tell you what the Republicans are. The Republicans are great at reacting, not acting. And they're not ruthless. But that's okay. That's okay. This is something that maybe we kind of sort of need. But let me tell you something, dear friends. If you think Saturday Night Live is going to push anybody anywhere, no. If you think Cardi B, what? On what?
Closing down the Parkway in Philadelphia Monday night for a big Kamala concert.
They're shutting down the Parkway. The Parkway in Philly for a big Kamala concert. Are you sure it's a concert? Remember when they thought that Beyonce was going to do a concert? Secret details. It's funny how you get these inside stuff, honey. Now let me ask you a question. And with all due respect. And I please, do you think that the people who are going to go to a Beyonce concert are going to necessarily be the people who are going to vote and make a difference? Let me say this again to you. We don't know who it is. Let me ask you a question. Can you think of one person where if you found out, okay, if all of a sudden Mick Jagger said, I don't know who's if remember who was it? Didn't Taylor Swift endorse her? What good did that do? Taylor Swift. Did that make a difference? No. Did the numbers go through? Right. She says, I'm voting. Let me tell you this again. Is there one person whose vote is going to say either I wasn't going to vote for Kamala, and I am now, or I'm switching my vote? No, it doesn't matter.
My source also told me they were banging on his door today, very aggressively, and they've been slipping things under the door.
Okay. They are very good at their ground game. They're very good about that. Do you think that is the case? Hillary Clinton had every single absolute, every single poll number, everything. I don't want to go so far. it doesn't mean anything because they're not making a connection with her. Trump goes and has a Trump rally with Trump. Kamala goes and has a rally with somebody else, with Usher or Justin Bieber or some other victim of child predation on the Diddy list. Let me say this again. And this is important to know this, and ask your friends this. When Trump has a rally, they go to see Trump. Kamala has to have somebody else do it because nobody wants to see her. They have to be busting. They have to bring in some act. And do you think, did you see the other day when they were so pissed off that Beyonce wasn't, they left. They didn't come for Kamala. Do you think, let me ask you something, that anybody is going to walk out of a Donald Trump rally because they didn't play the Lee Greenwood song? Do you think anybody's going to say, wait a minute, Lee Greenwood's not here? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that, hold it, you mean that Kid Rock's not here? Oh, forget it. It's the only reason I'm here. What? I came to see Trump. There were people who wanted to wait for Trump. And believe it or not, having a good sources, it wasn't to see Sid Rosenberg. I know that may be as a shock to you, a Madison Square Garden. Do you understand the difference between this? Nobody wants to see her. Nobody connects with her. It's about who else? Anybody here for the beer? Anybody here? Yeah, call them asses, and he wants to kick their asses. And Biden, they're just, it doesn't matter. You're not going to have people run and say, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. That was some concert. Boy, that Cardi B sure can't sing about, is that whip, wop, wep? What's that thing called? Wep, wap, wep. You know what that is, right? Wap. Remember that? Nobody does this. I still can't get somebody to take my money who can tell me anything about Project 2025 or women's bodies. Nobody. What I'm saying is this is a joke. They're trying to scare you with this stuff. They're trying to say, how does this translate? It doesn't. You could give away free phones. Now, if they said something like, here's a new iPhone 16, whatever that, and you have to vote, well, that might be a problem. But if you gave away stuff, listen, let me see if I can explain something to you. There are factions of people of this country who have nothing to do with things that involve planning, organization, responsibility, identification, credentials, ID, planning, waiting in long lines, coordinating efforts, working on schedules. Do you know what I'm saying? There are people who are going to say, I'm not going to bother. I'll go to a concert because it's free. I'll go see somebody. I'll take something. But I am not going to make the connection between going to say, let's say Beyonce, which I don't think so at all. And don't think for one matter, don't think for one moment that they aren't telling you, listen, Beyonce, you and Jay-Z better understand something. I don't know, and the same thing goes for J-Lo and everybody else. I don't know what your connection is with Diddy. I don't know what it was in that world. But understand something. When you go out there, listen to what I'm saying, Bay. If it's you, I'm not saying it is. If you go out there and they lose, that Department of Justice that's coming in afterwards is going to remember you. And if lo and behold, you or your husband, I use that term, whatever he is, your husband, if you're involved prominently in something else, they will remember that at the last minute you came in and you tried to throw a wrench, a monkey wrench into the works, and they're not going to take too kindly to that. Does that make any sense? You still want to go out there? Go ahead. Did you see Taylor Swift's half-assed thing? Remember that? She didn't even endorse him. Nobody did. Monica Lewinsky. That really sucks. Do the fill in the blank, pun intended. So let me just leave you with that. I know this is tough. This means nothing to me. Nothing to me. Pilgrim Media, Nelson A., Barbara Duffy, Linda Hazlitt, Johnny Maz, thank you. Relax. Right now, these numbers are through the roof. And let me also tell you something. You don't pick up momentum at the last minute because of a stupid concert. They have lied to you and lied to you repeatedly. Lied to you as to everything that you can imagine, as to how great she is and how great she's doing and how wonderful everything is. And the numbers are so close and the swing states. Don't forget Tuesday. Get ready for Tuesday. We're going to be together all day. That means you and me, but all of you. We're going to be together. I think maybe like from 7 o'clock till we may go 5 hours. Who knows how long? Who knows? This is something we're never going to, and it's not going to be over. It's not going to be over on that night because there are going to be people who are going to bring, ballots maybe later or provisional ballots, and there's other stuff as well. So relax. Take it easy. Take it easy. Relax. Pilgrim says, will a judge approve an interlocutory appeal on a Frank's decision? Rarely. If it is, it will be, I would hope, a federal judge with lifetime tenure. I have no faith whatsoever in the court system. None. Not when it comes to this. None. But we'll see. Let's don't get ahead of it. Just remember, these numbers, well, put it this way. Don't be surprised if the numbers are so big that Democrats don't say, forget it, it's done. Too big to adjust. Okay? Just relax. Now you take it easy. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. All right? I want you to get a good night's sleep. Relax. Watch some good documentaries. Watch some good documentaries about history. Watch one about Grover Cleveland. Listen to what he went through and the trauma. Who's your ma? Who's your pa? Remember that about his ward? You remember that story? He married the wife or the daughter of his ward because she was, she became somehow with child. And I'm going to read this to you. Grover Cleveland, who's your pa? Let's see, who is it? References the story that Cleveland had an illegitimate child, giving rise to the infamous campaign, Mama, Where's My Pa? By Cleveland opponents, to which Cleveland supporters replied, gone to the White House. Ah, ah, ah. Do you remember this one? This was one of the most incredible stories. This was from 18... All these pictures. I want my pa. This was something. Grover Cleveland. Here we go. This was the scandal of scandals. Where is my pa? Here we go. Yes. This was 1884. Oh, this was so terrific. Listen to this one. This was so great. The presidential election of 1884 is regarded as one of the dirtiest in American history. It pitted Democratic New York Governor Grover Cleveland, a corruption reformer, against Republican Senator James G. Blaine. The presidential campaign turned on the morality of the candidates. Sound familiar? The Democrats assailed Blaine, charging that he had wrongfully profited while in Congress from railroad road interests, stating Blaine, James G. Blaine, continental liar from the state of Maine. Pithy. Then 2 weeks after Cleveland won the Democratic Party's nomination, the Republicans found a chink in Cleveland's moral armor. Maria Halpin, a 35-year-old widow, made the headline by declaring that Cleveland, a bachelor, was the father of her illegitimate 10-year-old Oscar Folsom Cleveland. Republican media had a field day. They subsidized massive distribution of a published song mocking Cleveland entitled Mama, Where's My Pa? So Cleveland's panicked campaign staff wired him for instructions. Remarkably, Cleveland wired back, above all, tell the truth. Cleveland admitted that he, as a bachelor, he and some friends had kept company with Maria. Whoa! In accepting parental responsibility, Cleveland stated the boy could be mine. Privately, although Cleveland was unsure of the child's paternity, he accepted parentage rather than burden the other potential fathers, including Oscar Folsom, his law partner and father of Cleveland's future wife, all of whom were married. In naming the child Oscar Folsom Cleveland, Maria was apparently not sure herself whether the child's father was Folsom or Cleveland. Cleveland's remarkably candid admission caught the fancy of the electorate and did much to defuse the issue. And the final blow, anyway, so the thing is that this is one of those stories. And by the way, this is from Community Newspapers, a great site. So what I'm saying is that was a wild one. That was terrific. I love that. Curtis says, what's your opinion on betting markets? Trump's in the lead, but his lead is shrinking since the stupid joke. No. No. Betting markets? No. You want to find a betting market? Which betting market? Are they all the same? No. Do I believe in polls? Which poll? I don't know. He's going to win. And I think what's going to shock you is if do not be surprised if he flips New York. Do not be surprised. It happened with Reagan. New York is a different animal. New York is different. Remember something. Everything that we're seeing right now is like nothing we've ever seen before. All right, dear friends, have a great day. I mean that sincerely. Don't forget, follow Lionel Nation right here. Make sure you remain subscribed. Also, you follow Lynn's Warriors for some incredible critical information. Okay, you do that. But first, remember, calm down, relax. Let her go on Saturday Night Live. Who the hell watches Saturday Night Live? Good. Doesn't matter. The momentum, the excitement, the love, I hate to say it, it's already set. At this point, I'm sorry. You can have all the concerts in the world, it doesn't even matter. And it looks like desperation. Oh, and one more thing. If you're going to put out concerts or people who are for you, make sure you don't go out with things like Tyrolean speed klezmer. George Keane says, sounds like Maury. Yeah, late 1800s edition, indeed. Do you think that the majority of viable voters in play honestly are going to care about Beyonce? Let me see if I can phrase this. Kamala, who is your constituency? The people that you're targeting are not voters. I don't know if you know this or not. These aren't voters. This is just a different stage. In any event, dear folks, sit back, relax. Don't forget Tuesday, we're going to be together all day long, so get ready. All right, my friends, on behalf of a grateful nation, I thank you not for who you are, but what you appear to be. We'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. And until then, remember these words. The monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Da, da.